I did the little ball tip one I had. I don't know what I did with it. Welcome in. Hello. I'm continuing today on making the hello, welcome in. I'm continuing on making the worry stones that I had started yesterday that I had to cook and let them dry. And so today I can actually sand them down, and then I have started to gloss them a little bit here so you can see a little bit of the shine. These are the ones that I made yesterday. So some of them are so pretty. They come out so good. And this was just a mixture of pieces of clay that were in a roll, and I just all I did was just put it all into one, and I just pulled pieces off it, and then I just made the worry stone. I just made a ball with it and with a piece off a giant chunk, and this is what they came out looking like. Isn't that pretty? So soft. So this morning I've sanded all these down, and I have put some warm soap and water, dish soap I just used, wash the sanding all off. This is a sanding tool that I have been using. It was actually given to me as a gift, but I didn't realize it could do sanding. So this has been great. It's actually an engraver pen, but it came with all these sanding tools. So this has been amazing, and I can't believe that I just came across this. Um, Perfect timing. So these are the ones that we made yesterday. If you were here for our live yesterday, or you can go back and see it too. These were the ones we made yesterday. And this morning I put the poly on it, and you can see it, how shiny it is. This is just the first coat. I have not put a second coat on it yet. Whoops, sorry, my apologies. Um, I have a microphone on, so I'm hoping that that will help some of the background sound. This was one, this was pretty. Isn't that pretty? Just all out of clay. And all it was made out of, if I can get it here, I have my clay in my little airtight box I keep my clay in. I can show you what I was using. I probably should keep it out anyways for today. Not sure I'm going to make any more today, but I did have an idea for something. So I might. I was trying to find the piece that I was taking them off from. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I finished it up yesterday. What it was a big piece of clay that was just a mixture of pieces, and I just rolled it all together and made I put it, you don't have to, but I put it through a pasta maker, and it helps take the air out of the clay. Makes it much easier to work with. This is one that I made from the other day, and this is super soft. So it has a little thumbprint in it, and you just rub your finger on it, and to make it take away the worry. And you could be getting on a plane, you could be anywhere. But these are little worry stones here. And this is the one from this morning. So I don't know if you can really see any difference. There's not really a whole lot of difference between this having one coat and this having two coats. So, but yeah, they're really cute. And then we have the little unicorn. I'm not used to I have my iPad on, so I apologize if I'm off on my centering here. But made a cute little unicorn. You just put your thumb in it and just, you know, little, I don't know if you can see it if I do it right, and just kind of And it has, you know, other things on it too somebody could rub, you know, kind of for a sensory sort of thing. So it doesn't have to be just the center. So it kind of gives some more on it that, you know, people could do. This could be for an adult, it could be for kids, anybody. Um, and this one here is a little frog with flowers and headphones and a little smile to make your day. And you just take your thumb and you just rub it on it, and it's nice and smooth, and it helps take your worries away. It gives your hands something to do. You could be nervous, you know, going in an elevator or something, and but you know, there, this could be for an adult too. It doesn't have to be for a child. This one could be for a child. It doesn't have to be, you know, just for an adult, but kind of a mixture of different ones. And I have the little paw, so the little doggy paw, or it could be anything, any little paw. And then you can rub, you know, the other ones if you want to. You don't have to just rub, you know, the main piece there, but the whole thing is all soft. Thank you for the like. I appreciate that. This one here, I put little sprinkles on it. I made it a little donut. The center is very soft. If somebody wanted to rub that, or they wanted to rub the outside sprinkles on it, and all I did was you just start with a ball, and then you don't have to, but I had put it between um, two pieces that used for stamping, and I put the ball in between these, and then almost like a sandwich, I just squished them down, and I left it still about a quarter of an inch apart so that when I put my thumb in, it didn't really flatten it like too thin, but they're cute. Um, put a couple of these back. I've had so much fun making these. Oh, forgot about my little duck. Yeah, the little ducky. Isn't he cute? You know, you just get creative with it. You just, all it is clay. You just get creative with it and you make it your own. Just put the little, isn't he cute? And it's so easy to make. I mean, all this piece is, it's just a piece that I flattened down to kind of like a oval shape, and I just took my knife, I didn't cut through it, and I just made just a little crease in it. That's all it is. And then these here, I made them almost like a heart shape. And then all I did was just take my knife and just lightly put in little indents. That's it. So easy. So I apologize if there's any comments and I'm missing them. I can't see them on my um, on here. Actually, what I probably should do is I probably should have been. Usually, I put my phone on here, um, not the iPad, because then I can see it better. I forgot that you can't get the. So let me just a quick second. I'm just going to um, put my YouTube on my phone here, and then that way there I can see any comments that are coming in. I can see the likes, but I can't see any of the comments. Um, just throw this on. Sorry, my Wi-Fi is very slow. All right, throw that on. Okay. Jeffrey, thank you for the comment. I appreciate that. And Luna, hello. I'm sorry that I missed your messages there, but don't. I guess my speaker's working. I bought a microphone because last week it was picking up the air conditioner and the dog and the cars going by. Oh, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. So I had bought a microphone here to try to lessen some of the noise. Um, I just got to put this somewhere here where I can see the comments. Um, but yeah, so today what I'm doing is, so yesterday, and this was a little break. This was actually by mistake. This was not what my intention was. Is that I took four, I believe, and I just rolled them out like really thin, and I was just going to twist them together and then roll them into a ball, so it kind of made a mixture. Well, as I started doing it, I was like, oh my word, I could make a bracelet. So that kind of, so if you got a small wrist like mine, I'm not going to break it. I have a small wrist, but so the way you probably got to do it is I would measure like the width of the hand to make sure it can go over it, because obviously it's not something, you can open and close. And then what I thought is I'll just find a tie to just kind of, you know, make the look a little better. But yeah, but I didn't intend on making it like this, but it's kind of cool actually. It's just got one coat on it. I got to put a second coat on, but it's pretty shiny for one coat. And this is what I've been using. I was using the Mod Podge, which you can use that too. But I found I wanted something a little bit more glossy, and I mean you can put spray, and there's like a gazillion things out there they tell you can use, but this is what I was using, and it's worked great. I think it's given a nice shine that I might not even have to put a second coat on it. But it also hardens it too, so it's less chance of it breaking. So, um, I made like 25 yesterday. I did a live for like 2.5 hours, um, and I made 25 of them. So I still have quite a few. This morning I only 5 of them that which I'm not missing any. Um, I only did 5 of them that I went around and sanded them down. I still gotta do the backs of them, and this is only with one coat, and it's still pretty shiny for one coat. But so what I'm gonna do right now, this is one from yesterday. And it's got like a pink, and I mean, like I said, this was an assortment of just small pieces, and I just ended up getting a ball out of it, and then I just cut pieces off the ball and then put them into smaller balls, and then that's what I used to make my ball for the worry stone, when I pushed it down. So it's got like deep purple in there, it's got brown, gray, orange, lime. It's so pretty. But yeah, so do I have I think I did all the ones from yesterday, and these were like the same thing. These were ones I did the other day. But you can put them in your pocket, you can put them in your purse. This was one that I made that I thought was cute. Though, but you can see the indent in it. But what you want to do is, you can do it if you have the air clay. It's a lot easier to get the thumbprint out. Some people use a tool that it's similar to this, but it has a much bigger headpiece on it, and they use that to roll it and make the centerpiece. You could do that too if you wanted. Um, I just what I've done and on this here, and this is just how I've done it. So I've been taking my little tool here. It's got 3 different levels on it, and I don't know if you can hear that. Um, so what I've been doing is I've been just take them and I just sand them down. See if I find a better one here. Um, I just take it over it, sand down any pieces, any parts that need to be a little bit of sanding down on it. You just that's it. But I've been actually that's not the piece I want to use. I have to press it 3 times to shut it off. Um, this is pretty neat. I have had it, but my thought was, I'm like, okay, I don't have anything to engrave. So I didn't know that all these tools were in this thing that do sanding. So anyways, what I'm doing is I'm going over it and I'm sanding down the center. which it's probably smooth anyways, but it's taking my fingerprint off. If you use the air clay while it's still wet, um, you can put a little on your finger, little water, I should say, right? Put a little bit of water on your finger and you rub it over the centerpiece where the thumb was, and it will take any fingerprints off. But I was just taking a sander and sanding it down. And I feel it. I try to think if I was the person using it, um, if I felt any bumps or anything, then I would know to sand it down a little bit. But I just take and you just check the back. Like the back on this isn't bad, anyways. But sometimes that it not necessarily cracked, but it just kind of maybe had a little indent or something in it. Like I had one, and I don't even know why it happened because, of course, the ball, you just flatten it down and it was smooth anyways. See, there's a little, I have just a little indent chip there that could have happened. I just take this over it. I mean, it's not the most powerful tool, but it'll take it off anyways. Yeah, there we go. It's all gone. I hope to have these on my website. Um, I'm trying to figure out a way, like, to not, because obviously you can't remake these. If somebody said, "Hey, I like that one you have. Can you remake it?" And it's like, no, because it literally came out of a handful of them that were wound in a ball. So, but if somebody wanted to put like an initial on it, like I don't really think a full name is going to fit in there. You could, on the back. Um, if somebody said, "Hey, I want to put, my sister's name on it. I want to give her one. This is her name." I can do that if I haven't gotten to the poly yet. Um, because I'd want to put it on this, and then I put the 2 coats of poly on it to hold it. So I had a bigger like hand sander, and I don't know, I moved like a year and a half ago, and I don't know if it got lost in the moving or what happened, but I have the tools. I have all the little sanding pieces that go on it, but I can't find the sander. And then I happened to come across this yesterday, having no idea that this thing was a sander too. The person that gave it to me is like, "I gave you an engraver," and I'm thinking, trying to be polite about it and be like, "Yeah, but what am I going to engrave? I don't really, I do engraving now, but not, not by hand. I, I can, put a design on a glass and, engrave it that way." Another thing too that I forgot to mention, is I also take I have the one I have left anyways. I have the 600 grade sandpaper. And then even though I put that, I, sanded it with that, I take this. I mean, there's a little bit of I mean, really, making the stone itself was 3 minutes, you know. But the time waiting, the time sanding it down, the time putting the wax on it. I mean, anybody can make them, but they do take a little bit of time. Feels a little bumpy right there. So a lot of times too, if you didn't condition it, you know, whether by hand and really smooth it down, um, you know, it can potentially be bumpy too, you know, when it goes in the oven. I feel a bump right there. Forgive me. That's nice and smooth now. Rid of that bump. And I just take some sandpaper, kind of rub around it. Thought I got it all. Maybe that's not the one that I want. Try another one. See if that will. I'm sand that down. Hello, welcome in. Making worry stones, and I made these yesterday. I did a live yesterday making them, and then today I'm sanding and smoothing them down. A couple of them I have put through. I've already sanded them down and put one coat of clear on it. That's bugging me. I cannot get that to smooth out. You come across that one stubborn one. I'm like hot just from doing that one. Right. Take a little sand in here. But some of these, God, the colors are like so pretty. Even though I had that one yesterday from that big piece and I just would pull off, it was a combination of colors. Um, Sometimes I add it in a little bit, just like a little bit extra green or I'm just trying to get my, you know, that's the thing about the polymer. I mean, me using my fingerprint. If I was using the air clay while it was still wet, I could put a little bit of water on my finger and I can take the fingerprint out. Now, there's other ways that you can do it. Nice and smooth. Little bump right there. So what I do is after I do this, then I take them out to the kitchen and then I just run them under some warm water and put some dish soap on them to, take the any little sand pieces off. Just want to make sure everything's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. That'll be good when you rub your little. Bump there. Yeah. Like I said, this was a bracelet that was done. It's not gonna fit on my hand, but you know. Well, thank you for the like. I appreciate it. But kind of cute. And then I put a hole through it already when I put it before I put it in the oven, and I put the two when I brought the braid around. And then I'm gonna, just put some tie around it just to dress it up a little bit. But um, kind of like a, if you wanted to, like a friendship bracelet or something. One thing I gotta be better at is weighing these because I have some that, I mean, obviously you can tell. I'm not weighing them and I'm just kind of eyeballing them, but you can see the difference in size. But if you want them to all be the same, I mean, I would weigh them. Um, for myself, I would rather have the, a little bit bigger one, but not everybody has, I don't think I have big fingers, but, somebody may just have a small finger and just want the small size ones too. I don't want to mix them in here and then I end up going and doing the same one. I thought this one looked neat. This was, I saw when I pulled it apart yesterday, I saw some orange. And I was like, oh, I bet that'll come out nice. So when I rolled it into the ball, I could see the orange. So I made sure that orange piece was on top. Sometimes the top and the bottom, they come out so nice that it's like you don't know whether to put which to put when you flatten it. It's like, geez, I don't know. I like the back side. I like the other side. I mean, you're gonna see both sides anyways, but this one might not even need it. Maybe a little bit. So you definitely want to make sure that you get your fingerprint off. I take some sandpaper, put it on it. It's getting a little dark from the sandpaper, but hopefully that'll come off when I put it in the soap and water anyways, I hope. Well, that's good. And rub the... So what I'm doing is I'm just rubbing the center. I really tried to get the fingerprint gone um, while it was still soft last night, really try to smooth out the sides. I could just feel a little bump there. Ooh, hot sitting here in the sun. It's like a nice breeze and that little bump off there. I conditioned the clay too, so I don't know why there's any bumps in it. That looks pretty good even around it. Look. It gets hot after a while. I'm sanding it. Geez, all morning there was a beautiful breeze coming in. Like, geez, I'm so hot. If you take a shower, then take another one. I'm a fall girl. I felt like today actually felt a little bit like fall. I mean, if you had I ran out of the 400 on the sandpaper. I think I did. I see another piece here. Now it's 800. That's even softer. Yeah, I ran out of the 400. The higher the number, the softer it gets, and I mean, I'm glad to have found this yesterday, but I think it's making me critique it a little bit more than I probably would have. God, just one little, my word, oh, stubborn piece there. It was a piece of purple that was sticking out, and it probably was already like that before it went in the oven. I didn't see the little piece of clay sticking out. I don't like using this black sandpaper. But when I bought it, I didn't know at the time I was going to be doing this. Nice and sand. Like I said, I'm going to put these in soap and water. And that will make them nice and clean. That'll get the sand off it. But, oh, my mess there. Whew, I am like so hot. But if anybody has any questions, I can do my best to try to help answer any questions you might have, or you can, if you think of it later, I'll have it the live posted, so you can put it then. My drink. I don't know what happened. It was so breezy out earlier. It literally, it felt like fall, and now it's like, whew, hot. All right. I didn't put my hair in a ponytail. I should have. I always do. They have the same look every day. My hair's always in a ponytail. I thought I had. These were they're not 100% dry. I can just see just a little teeny tiny bit of darkness on the clay. I don't know if you can see it on there. These are the ones we did yesterday. Um, but so I did pop one out earlier to just see, and I put a hole in this one to try to. I don't know if this will go through. I don't want to crack it. Oh, there we go. Oh my word, look at that. I am so glad I found this thing. I wish I made my hole a little bit smaller on the. I was afraid it was going to crack it, but nice little, put a little hole in there, and then you can put a keychain, you make it a necklace, however you want. You can sell them as a kit, but um, these here, I did put, on 6 of them, I did put the fingerprint in. I'm probably pushing my luck here, because I probably should wait and let these go in one more day before doing this. Because they are not 100% dry. I mean, you can see on the end of it, you can see where, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it is a little bit darker on the end, so that tells me that the clay is not completely dry. This thing is not going through. Oh, now I gotta start. But I think they're good enough to, you can see where it's a little bit darker. So they are 24 hours. It's been that almost, I think. I hope everybody's having a great day, and you can just take this and go right around the. You can use sandpaper too. Just go right around the edges of it. You see the little pieces there. This is what these here were made with the air clay. So you can paint these. Not that you couldn't paint the other ones too. You could paint them if you wanted to. Um, but these ones are the air clay that you actually can color, color whatever you want. This is actually a bumblebee, but I think it kind of looks like a lobster too. If it, well, even if it has those on there. So I wasn't gonna do a live today, and then I'm like, why not? If I'm gonna be doing this anyways, and throw it on. But you can, even if I just use this just to take off some of the little bigger pieces, and then just use the sandpaper. That's all you need. You don't need to have any tool. Like I said, I just happened to come across this yesterday. Um, Someone had given it to me like a year or two ago as a gift, and then they've mentioned it before, and it's like I didn't want to hurt their feelings, and I was like, what am I supposed to engrave? I don't have anything to engrave. And that, so the edges are all nice and smooth. You can use this as a worry stone too. You can put this on a keychain have this, this little guy just on your keychain. There's this one here, that just a little flower. You just go around it. They don't have to be perfect. You heard somebody say one time, somebody wants perfect, go on Amazon. you know, that's the good thing about homemade. It's like that's kind of the purpose of it. I mean, you want it to look good and as good as possible, but oh, see, I thought my dog was still outside. But people that know me, it's like I am on my phone like 24/7. I got so into this the other day, my phone went dead. Like I hadn't been on it all day, and oh no. But I put the indent for the fingerprint on the back. Tell you, I must have some black on my fingers. It's probably from the sandpaper. So probably get some regular sandpaper. Yeah, I was trying to drill the hole through them on them. Probably should be doing this outside. When is that? Almost dropped it. Yeah, that one really chipped off. I think that you just take them and just pretty fun. I fell and broke my femur, and now I'm having nerve issues. So I'm home out of work, so I can't be on my feet a lot. Just gives me something to do, and I just wish I knew how much fun it was. I would have done this a long time ago. If you're just joining, welcome in. I'm from Maine, and I'm making worry stones, and maybe for adult, kids, man, woman, anybody. I was making some for keychains too. If you wanted just a small one for your keychains, and I was gonna do some up as like a kit. Some of these were not quite ready. It's a little dark, so I wouldn't like put a coat on these like today or anything. I'm gonna give them. I've had them sitting in front of the window to dry. Um, so, and what I've noticed is that the back of them is like really dry, but under the inside of them were not. So I'm going to put these back in the window. Christmas, I'm going to ask for another one of these. And I'll be like, I gave you one, you never used it. I'll be like, yeah, I did. I burned it out. I used it so much. Hate that sound. Reminds me of going to the dentist. Anybody's going to say it, it's going to be me. I thought sure I went all the way through one of these yesterday. Alright, I got one more to take out here. And then I'm going to just set these back in the window and then so that the other side can get... I have one of, it has a dog bone and dog paw. That was really cute, but, I use that one for my dogs. I put, water and strawberries or blueberries. I, crush the strawberries up with the blueberries. And then I, put them in the silicone trays. Actually, I could use this. I don't know why I'm saying a lot today. Because I'm like trying to think and do this at the same time. And like I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. So, but thank you for everybody for coming in. I appreciate it. And I don't know if there's any more comments. I did not see any. If anybody is commenting, it's not coming up. I don't know why. I'm gonna drink here. Okay. Doesn't look like I missed any, so. Welcome in. I'm just trying to set it up so I can see if there's any comments. I can't see them at all on the iPad. And I don't even know why I hooked that up today to have that be my... So what my idea was, and I don't know, because I do a lot with like vinyl. So what my thought was, I don't know how well it would work, but that's the thing about, it's just trial and error. But I have translucent, the polymer clay. I have translucent, and I also had see if I have it here. Nope, maybe it's over here. I have a hunter green, and I'm from Maine. So what I was thinking was, making a stone, I can still make it round, but I was thinking about doing a reverse stencil with my Cricut, and then I can make like a state of Maine and put it in it. This one's already open, so but they say that you want to make sure if you use this that you put it in for exactly what it says to, and of course that's a nope, it's right here. So 275 for 15 minutes. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just pull a piece off here. Maybe roll that out a little bit. I'm just afraid that the translucent's gonna get combined into the green and you won't even see it. So I'm wondering if I twist it and then put it into a ball, that maybe that will prevent it from, I don't want the green to completely take over. So this is the translucent, this is actually supposed to be clear after you bake it. All right. Look at that. That would make a cute little ring, you know? Put a little ring on. All right. So I'm going to put that like that. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to roll it into a ball. Yep. That's what I needed to do. My brain actually works sometimes. Because I was afraid if I just took that actually looks really cool. That looks really cool. I was afraid if I, just kind of had the green and had the translucent and I just rubbed them in together, that it was going to. So this is what I do, is that I try to make sure I get all the lines out of it. That, you see, like sometimes there's still little lines in. But when you put it down, I just use this. You could use 2 dishes or something if you wanted to. This is going to be the one that I want to work from, so I'm going to have that be on the bottom. But however you like, if I wanted mainly the green and I wanted a lot of the green to be on the top of the thumbprint, then I would, probably use that side. If I wanted a little bit more of the clear with the green, maybe this side. That thing actually looks kind of cool. So, and if you're using a stamper, and I thought that I did them all right yesterday, and I did make a mistake on one. On the stampers, they have these lines on them, so you just want to make sure that your 2 pieces that you're putting together, that the raised lines are not up. I didn't notice it until this morning when I went to sand it down, and I saw the raised lines on the back of my stone. So it's going to be just like you're going to make a sandwich. So you're just going to set this on top, and you're only, don't go all the way down, because when your thumbprint, when you press it in, it's going to raise the sides up. So you want to make sure you don't go too far. So I go down about 1/4 of an inch. So maybe about like that. So just like you're going to bite in, oops, sorry. Like you're going to bite into a sandwich. Just come down very, very slowly. Leave plenty, because like I said, you're going to, and then I'm going to take that. I'm think about where I want to put my thumb here. Like I said, that's supposed to be clear. I don't know if it's going to or not. Oh, I can't decide where I want to put my thumbprint here. But like I said, I need to get better at weighing it out. So when I weigh it out, they're all about the same. All right. So then that's what it looks like when you put that down. And then what you do is just kind of take your finger around the edges of it. Just kind of push them in a little bit. Really kind of smooth it. a little bit. I find it easier with the air clay. Just dip your finger in a little bit of water and um, nice and smooth. All right, so that's a pretty good one. And what you can do too is you can take some rubbing alcohol and you can put some, just on a Q-tip and just put it over the top of it, and it will pick up any lint pieces you have before you put it in the oven. But that's a good thing about the air dry clay; it stays wet for quite a while. The one thing I wanted to mention too is when I had my thumb in there, I just kind of move my thumb around a little bit to make it a little bit bigger. So um, just trying to smooth out my inner sides. Make sure there's no bumps there. I haven't used the translucent. That'll be pretty cool to see how that will come out. That would look cool if that comes out if that comes out clear with just the green. That'll look really cool. But what my thought um, was to take a piece of vinyl before I like bake it, sand it, wash it, then take a piece of vinyl of like the state of Maine, and then put that on it. I should try just a translucent piece. Hello, hello, welcome in everybody. Anybody coming in? Anybody new coming in? And um, but I might do that. Just try a translucent piece, and then I was thinking about maybe putting a silhouette piece of the state of Maine, or it can be any state. But I'm in Maine, so I was thinking about. I have had this clay for so long, and I can't believe how soft it still is. I gotta find my little scale. My dogs have been pretty good, actually. I bought this microphone because I was trying to um, take out any noise. All right. So I got the right two pieces together here. And just put it down just like you're going to make a sandwich. You want to leave about a quarter of an inch in there because you're going to press your thumb in there and you don't want it to be too thin. Oh, I think I got that sandpaper. And then just kind of roll your thumb around a little bit. Kind of give it a little bit of wiggle room. Curious to see how this translucent. And what I do is just kind of smooth down the sides a little bit. If you wanted to make like you know, for example, I think somebody made a seal. Um, so you want it to be probably thicker than what this piece is. And you don't want to go so far in with the indent when you make your thumb because you want this part here to be raised up a little bit. And then what they were doing was is putting like the seal face on the front, and it was really cute. So I got a little indent right there. I mean, you probably could on that. I think I was last night too. Is take having just a little bit of water in a dish, and I would just kind of rub out anything that needed to be rubbed out before. I mean, you can use the sander afterwards too, and that will help. Not know how green got in there though. Also, I still had a little bit of green on my finger from before, but I can wipe that out. But like yesterday, it was probably hour, 2 hours, and I could still work with it. But I mean, you can make a single one in like 3 minutes. It doesn't take long at all. Um, might do another one of those. Whoops. Not that one. Let me get me some more clay here. And you can also too, if you wanted to have a certain color pink, you can just combine your colors. If this green was too dark, I could add in some little bit of lime into it and just keep conditioning it, to make it a little, just keep folding it over and just keep working it in. What are you doing? What do you want? What do you want? Oh. Hmm? What do you want? What do you want, Miss J? Hmm? What do you want, girlfriend? Hmm? What do you want? What do you want, Miss J? Try to get all the lines out of it. Well, that'll be pretty. Yeah, that might be where I might do it. My pieces on there, right? You're just gonna, just like you're making a sandwich, you're just gonna pull it down to about 1/4 inch. Don't go all the way down because you're gonna press it up. And just make it nice and even. Then you just take, I'm gonna just turn the top piece off. And there you go. A little bit of swirl in there. Isn't that cool? And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my thumb, press my thumb down in there, kind of wiggle it around a little bit to kind of give a little bit of wiggle room. And then I just take my sides here, just kind of work them down, kind of smooth them out a little bit. And that's all you do. You could, if you wanted to, put a little bit of water on it and then smooth it down. But one thing I found yesterday is that I felt like some of the colors were running. It wasn't like using the air clay. All right, that one done. I need to clean my hands here. You can get some of that. Some of the cleaning here. Rub it off my fingers. I should just have a spray bottle here. Just plain water. Be enough to just take it off. Yeah, I must have green on my fingers because it's like it's coming right off on the paper towel. Oh, I forgot to finish putting the rest of my things up there. Can't believe it's already 3:30. All right. It was purple from the other day. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to condition this piece. So this is a translucent piece. This is going to be clear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it. You can also make little hearts and little flowers, anything you want, you can add to these. So, all right. So what I'm going to do, I have 3 pieces here. And I'm just going to kind of braid them. Just braiding it through. It's all right if I have that long piece. It's gonna all come to, it'll be all wrapped together at the end anyways. So what I did is the translucent is gonna be a clear. And then I added a little bit of a more of a vibrant purple and a lavender. Put that in. I can tighten that too to that. No big deal. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just take it like that. So not a great braid, but then I'm just going to take it and I just kind of bring it in around together, just like that, because I wanted to make sure I didn't want to put the translucent and all that so that the translucent ends up being in the center. But anyways, you just take it, you just kind of squish it a little bit, just like that. And then you take it and just roll it into a ball. This one's going to be really big, so I almost might cut this one in half because I don't want my ball being that big. But see the white's going to be clear, and then it's got the vibrant. I don't want to. That's a really big ball, so I don't want one that big myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it apart right in half, just like that. There's enough there for 2. Perfect size little ball, just like that. I try to look at it to make sure I have all the lines out of it. That'll look cool. So like I said, the white is going to be clear, and then you've kind of got your violet and your lavender. I'm going to put that like that. Show my right sides together. All right, so you can see it. That's how I want it. So what you do is you just bring it down like you're going to make a sandwich, but come down about 1/4 of an inch because you don't want to go too much because you need to press it with your thumb. So, oops, as you can see, it's not, I didn't do it too much. Press it down. And then what I do is I just, because I want to keep the bottom piece. Well, that one's not going to come off. But that's pretty cool how that come out. Just like that. And then you just take your thumb, wherever you want to put it. And then just kind of wiggle it around. Just a little. You don't have to do too much. And there you go. Then what you can do while it's still on there, probably best to do it while it's still on there, but just kind of work in some of the sides a little bit. So when it bakes, it'll be really nice and smooth. Trying if I have any. They also have, like I have a tool here that I could use too. I could take and, you know, smooth it down if I wanted to, and sometimes your hands work better than any tool. I think I just put an indent in that because of using the tool. what I can do afterwards is that I can use sandpaper, and then that will take my thumbprint out. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. And there you go. You just pull it off. It's nice and smooth. I just was trying to fill any little creases in, so I don't have to do it when they come out. Like I said, you can just sand it. That one there is probably a little thin on the, I mean, it still will be fine, but I like it to be a little thicker there. But I like how it came out, so I'm not gonna. I don't see any cracks in it or anything. I don't know. This one here don't want to smooth out. I mean, I can always do it afterwards with the sandpaper too, but I was trying to do it so I wouldn't have to. But that will be, you see a little piece right here. Pin that down right there. Just kind of, there we go. Yeah, I got it that time. So it's nice and smooth. And then that will be the back of it. And then the white is going to be clear. I'm excited to see how those are going to come out. All right. Oh, I forgot I still had one more here. I was going to put it away and I've just been putting it into baggies and then into an airtight container. I was thinking, you know what, I bet this will be pretty if I put this with the translucent. Bring it back out. Put it away, bring it back out. All right, this. I don't know if I should do this or not. All right. I think the purple though. Yeah, I might make a yellow one with the translucent. That will look pretty. So this was the other half of that one that I just did. I didn't realize it was going to come out to be so big, so sometimes the directions on them will say, 15 minutes or it'll say 30 minutes, and it's, you want to go by whatever the time and temp says on the package. So anyways, what I was doing was I kind of looked my ball over, to where I wanted to see it on the top. Maybe that's what I wanted. And then, obviously the other side will be the bottom. You put it however you want to put it. This has a translucent in it with the purple. So the translucent is supposed to be clear, and then it will have the purple. So I have not tried it. So, whoops, actually, I wanted the bigger one on the bottom. That's all right. All right, like that. That's one good thing. They don't move very well. All right. So it's just going to be just like you're making a sandwich, and you just want to squish it down. You have a couple of plates, anything you have, squish it down to about 1/4 of an inch. Don't go too much because you're going to put your thumb on it and then it's going to push it down anyways. So I'm going to just kind of like twist that off there. Just like that. You see how it flattened? And then you just take your thumb, and you don't want to push in too much, but see how it pushes out? That's why you don't want to go too thin. And then I just wiggle it around just a little bit, just to give it, you know, a little bit of wiggle room. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, wow, that is going to be so pretty. Almost looks like a heart on it. Not really, but that's going to be pretty. I'm excited to see how these are going to come out. The clear. I mean, really, you can just, you make one in like 3 minutes. I'm just trying to feel it and see if I could feel any little bumps in there at all. Not that I can't get it out afterwards, you know, when I go to sand it. I was looking to see if there's any cracks at all. Nope. That should be a good one. I'll be excited to see that one. I'll have to do another live tomorrow to show how these are all coming out, but this is the one. Nice and smooth. What I did is I just, you know, shaped in my sides just a little bit. So that the sides are all nice and smooth. I see a little ridge right here. It's funny, I don't see it until I put it on the camera, and then I'm like, oh, I see the ridge now. I can always, you know, when it comes out, sand it down when it comes out too. But I was trying to save on sanding a lot. Um, Especially like where I'm putting my thumbprint in, is that I can put the, quite a few going here. I haven't even finished yesterday's. Oh yeah, I was gonna do a yellow one. I wasn't gonna do any more, and now I'm gonna do a yellow one. So we're gonna try. God, my voice is raspy. I told my daughter that the other day too. I was like, God, I feel like my voice is raspy. I think I need a piece that big. That's the good thing about this. Like you don't need much at all. So I'm gonna actually, you know what? I might do that because I have a feeling I'm gonna like it, and then I'm gonna wish that I had made enough to make two. Like that last one I did, the ball was so big that I just pulled it apart right in two. You can condition this too in a pasta machine. That'll help condition it. So this one's kind of, I don't know what brand this one is. It's on it. Seems a little tougher than the other ones, but you just condition it, and you just want to keep conditioning it, you know, to really soften it up. Especially if you're not going to put it through the pasta maker, because the pasta maker does, it makes it so it takes the air out, because they're water based. Move that stuff aside. Still pretty. My table, the little flat thing here is not very even, I don't think. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Like I said, I went and got a microphone to hopefully take out some of the sound. It'd be breaking apart here. Really condition it good. mean, do whatever you want with it. I've learned so much too just watching videos of other people. All right. So I have that. I have a nice big long piece. I could actually put that in half too if I wanted. Um, I'm gonna take out another big piece of the translucent. So this should go clear, hopefully. All right. That's a pretty big piece. I forgot I didn't put the rest of my little, because these were upside down overnight, so the underside of them still was a little bit dark in the silicone. So if I can just for now, I'm gonna just put them in the window and all right. All right, so what I think I might do, you might break a piece here, break a piece there. Those. I'm gonna roll that in with that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna twist it around. That might be enough. So I just took it, I just twisted it around, make it like you're gonna make a bracelet, which by the way, I did make a bracelet. My bracelet right here. So you can make it like a little bracelet if you wanted to. I'm gonna do. So now I'm just kind of twist it a little bit in together, and then I'm gonna roll it. Because I didn't want the yellow to overtake the translucent. I hope everybody's having a good day. What's everybody up to? Where you from? Leave it right in the comments, like, where are you from? I'm in Maine. Felt like fall today almost. Nice cool breeze. Oh, it felt amazing. All right. I like to make sure I get all the lines out. Oops, I got a little bit of one. These will be really cool if they come out clear with just a little bit of color on them. Hope it works. So what I do is I just kind of look it over, maybe where I'd kind of like to have be on the top. A little bit of a design on the top, so maybe I'll have that one. That there. I just hate the top. I'm just like I'm gonna take a bite out of a sandwich, and I'm just gonna squish it down to about 1/4 of an inch. Because like I said, you're gonna put your thumb in, and when you put your thumb in, it's gonna raise it up anyways. So that's what my top is gonna look like. I mean, either way, or the bottom, if the bottom looked better, I could use that side if I wanted to, or maybe I want that to be the back. Anyway, it's fine, however you want to do it. I should have just left that on there. So then you just take your thumb. You don't want to go too far down, but it's gonna raise your sides up. And then just kind of wiggle it around a little bit. Give it a little bit of wiggle room. Just like that. And then you just kind of, like right there, I feel a little bit of a crack, which I could get afterwards when I sand it too. It's fine. It may still crack even after it's cooked. But I can try to get any of the little bumps out now, or I could do them later. Just saves a little bit of time afterwards. But then you just go around your inside, around your circle. You just kind of work your sides down in. I found yesterday if I used a little bit of water like I do with the air clay, that it was it would like run the colors. So I didn't really like that. You know, soften your back up a little bit. A little bumpy where I was trying to fill that crack in. Make sure there's no. But I can use the sander to take the fingerprints out, or that's a good thing about the air clay. You just put a little bit of water in, rub it around, and it's gone. Not so much with the polymer clay, but I'm excited to see how these come out. So it's good, but that's what it'll look like. Hopefully this is going to come clear. I hope so. My dogs are wrestling on the bed. Hopefully you don't hear them. That's why I got the microphone, to try to take away any of that noise. Boy, my voice is so raspy. All right, so I had another one here that I was going to do of the yellow and the... God, that sun. It's hot. I'm sitting right in it. I'm baking right in it. I watch a girl on TikTok, and she selling jewelry, and her window was open. Her horse comes right up, puts its head right in the window. Pretty neat. All right. Whoop. I was hoping that was going to stay together. Just twist that around. So all I did was I just twisted it, and then I'm just going to wrap it around, and then just kind of twist it, just so it doesn't make the yellow be so overpowering over the translucent, that they'll both come together. So now I'll take... I mean, even if you wanted to, you could flatten it over. Maybe you don't like this one here doesn't really have a whole lot of yellow in it. So then you want to add some more pieces into it. Just like really condition it with the yellow. I mean, we don't want to take away from the translucent on it, but it didn't really have very much yellow in it. So not as... Whoop. My phone fell there. I have to have the phone here so you see the comments. It doesn't come up on my iPad here. So I'll do that. Fold it over. like really condition it. And all right, now I'll try it. Yeah, it's a little bit more swirl coming in now, adding a little bit more of the yellow. Somehow I got a little tiny piece of pink and purple in there. I do not know how, but that's okay. Add more color to it. I was actually going to add purple into it, but add a little tiny spot of pink. See this one a little different. So it's got a little pink in there and all right. I'll leave that one like that. Did a little bit of pink and a little bit of yellow in there. All right, I'm going to put these two together. Switch it down to about 1/4 of an inch. So like sometimes you might want to have, you know, that side, you know, maybe like, oh, I like that side better than that side. You know, just because this was your top, you can flip it over and, you know, have the other side if you want to. I actually think the bottom side, I like that better. So I'm just gonna, I don't know why it does that. All right. All right, and then you're gonna just take your thumb, don't go too far down. And then just move it around just a little. And just kind of take your sides, just kind of work down your sides a little bit, just so they're nice and smooth. You watching me, Willow? Huh? You watching me, Willow? Huh? She says, I'm watching. Huh? She says, I'd rather be playing. Oh, you my girl? You my girl? See, I'm Nanny's girl, huh? I have 4 peekapoos. Anybody have any dogs? I have they keep each other busy. I think that will work good actually, that I conditioned the outer edges before I made the, maybe I'll start doing that. I want to make sure this is all nice and smooth. Well, I think that'll be pretty. It's actually supposed to be clear, and then it will have the yellow and the pink. So let's hope. All right. I think I'm done on making any. I might work a little bit more on my glossing those. Sure, no comment. I haven't finished the ones 24 or so I made yesterday. I haven't even finished those, so I got those to do, and then I'll put these in the oven. And I'll probably do a live tomorrow to see how they came out. Whoops, I got another one here. Have another one anymore? So what I did with these here, these are all like, I've been sanding them, and then I got to take them out into the kitchen and wash them with the warm water. I'm gonna put my clay away here. Pick up my mess. I'll have my little bracelet here. I'm pretty. A little shine on it. That's just with one coat. I haven't even put the second coat on it yet. Nope, make sure I close that up. I haven't used this clay in forever and ever, and it was still just as good yesterday. Let's put it in there. But these are ones that were made. They look really big, but this one is kind of big a little bit. But they're nice and smooth, and just roll your finger around them. And I just put the polyacrylic on them, and nice and shiny, and the colors, and so much fun. This here's the little duck. You can see his little feet. I'm trying to put the indent. Just all you do is just take a knife and you just put just a little indent, not going all the way through. This is just an oval shape of orange clay, and I just very, very lightly, before I even put it on the face, I just took a knife and just very lightly went across it. And then these here were just pieces that I just rolled. So you can just create your own however you want. Isn't he cute? All right. Oh, I got the walrus too. The little walrus. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. Ooh, I'm hot. Just gonna put my hair back up. So I have my little bracelet there. So these here I was still sanding, so I'm not going to. I need to finish sanding them. Some of these do have gloss on them, but I need to get up from the live and take them out to the sink, and then I wash them with warm soap and water, and then that will take off the sanding before I put those in the oven. So what I'm going to do is, while they're in the oven, the ones I just did are in the oven. I'll let these dry. I mean, this doesn't feel bad at all. That's a little. That's one small crack. It's not even very much. But I dropped a couple of these the other day. Just holding them in my hand, slipped out of my hand, and they didn't break at all. Especially once I put the coating on them. Somebody gave this to me to write and engrave with, and it said it's a sander too. I did not know it. They've mentioned a few times saying, I gave you that engraver, and I'm like, what am I going to engrave? I don't know what I'm engraving. Trying to get that little indent there. I don't know. I don't like this black sandpaper. When I bought it, I didn't know I was going to be doing these at the time. Keep that tip off. But it came with all kinds of tips. Let me try this one. So like this one here, you can tell, it's at the flat end, so it's probably a little bit harder to write with. I mean, the other ones have a tip, like, you would engrave. I have another bigger hand sander, kind of like this, but a little bit bigger. I moved like a year and a half ago. I don't know if it got thrown out or I don't know what happened to it. So many people helping. I don't know what happened to it. Could have. I think I finally got it. Yeah, I didn't think that crack was going to be very much. Actually, it's right there. I think I'm just going to leave it. It'll be alright. It's not where the thumbprint is. It's just kind of... Just one bump right there that's bugging me. It was originally just it was a crack, so that sun's going in a little bit. I can open this back up now. God, that sun was beating right on my back there. It was... Why that thing's stubborn? That's probably not really what this is probably made for, but it says it can be used for it, but stubborn pieces like that, it probably... Alright. It's all nice and smooth. Like, I don't even know how these little indents get into it when I look them over and make sure they're all nice and smooth before I even put them in the oven. I got clay in my thumb. Makes my fingers look dirty. It's clay. Alright. That's good enough. Alright. This was the one that I accidentally put the mat the wrong way, so it put the little markings on the back of it. But hi, welcome in. I'm just sanding down these worry stones. I'm trying to get rid of this little indent. There we go. I don't know about that one. I think this is the first one I ruined, actually. Oh, you know what would look cute is a cookie. And put the inside of the cookie being a little rough. That would be cute. Alright. That one, I don't think is going to make it. That's actually the first one. It's pretty good. I've been sanding down the ones that I made yesterday during the live. I let them harden overnight. I take the sander over it so that take it off like where my fingerprint was, especially. Whoop, almost dropped that. I will say I've dropped a couple of them and they never broke. Alright. Of course, I open the curtain up and the sun comes back out, beating on me again. Ooh, it's hot. So what I do is after I sand these, I just take them out and put them under some dishwater and dish soap and some nice warm water, and that will rinse them off. And then I make sure that let them fully dry. down good. Yeah. That'll be nice and smooth when after it's all washed and get that grit off it. Feel like I can hear a mower. My mower man was gonna come up and mow, but he was waiting for it to rain. We hadn't had rain for so long. I think I do hear him. I have bought a microphone. I don't know if you can hear any of the background sound or not. I think he's out there mowing, but I don't see him. I have a lot of grass, but usually he'll do this side of the house first. So get these all nice and sanded down, and then I'll run them with some dish soap under some water there, let them dry good, and then I'll put the polyacrylic on them. So I did a couple this morning. They've got one coat on them. These have actually been pretty fun to make. And they're so fast to make too. Oh, I feel one little bump right there. Yep. Almost done. Let's see where it is. Oh, you know what I bet it is? 2 uneven pieces of clay underneath. After I started sanding it down, the purple came through. I mean, that's probably what that bump was. It was clay that was underneath. And you put a couple of coats on it, it'll probably be fine. And it feels nice and smooth. All right. See a little crack right there. I wonder if when that, like this one's pretty thin, that's probably why it cracked. It didn't crack all the way through, it just, yeah. So nice and smooth. That's why myself, I like the polyacrylic versus the stuff there. Um I didn't even think, I'm so tired. Um Mod Podge. That's what I was trying to think of. What time is it? 4:30. No, a few more. It only takes a few minutes to get these others in the oven. Yeah, I put them at 275. I put them in for like 22 minutes. That way there, if I have a color that is supposed to be in there for 30 minutes, it's probably going to be good. I was going to say, if I'm missing any comments, I apologize. But thank you for the likes and any subscriptions, any subscribers, that would be great. Just trying to even that out a little bit. Probably should just leave it alone. You ever have those times you're like, I knew it. Just left it alone. I'm trying to make it so you don't feel it when you rub your. I have one side. It's a little. But you could also, if you did it before, if you did it before it was had the polymer or any type of coating on it, you can personalize them. You can put like a initial, or if somebody has a very short name, you probably could, or it depends on how big the stone is too. And that's so pretty. And colors in it. It's got some green and purple, and it's got the violet, purple, and lavender, and teal, and pink, and gray, and brown. Like, so pretty. So I'm sand these down, and then what I'm gonna do is, after the live, I'm gonna take them out to the kitchen, and I'm gonna put them under some water with some dish soap, wash them all off. It'll make them nice and smooth too. It'll get that grit off. Clean them up, and then let them dry really good. And then I will put a coating of polymer on. I did a couple of them, not many of them. I did. These were ones that I made yesterday. I made these yesterday, and almost looks like a head with an arm. I got one coating on them. So a little. You just rub, like I don't have the back. You can tell the back is still, I haven't done the back yet. So a couple of these, well, no, that's this one, not really on the back, but you see all the colors. And it was leftover clay that I just rolled into a ball. This was one from yesterday. Some smaller ones and some bigger ones. Like I almost have to feel them to see which one has it on it. This is pretty. This one from yesterday, it's got some yellow and green, some browns and some blues in there. I don't know if you can really see it, but I think it's got like some orange in there and lime. Yeah, they're like really pretty. So these were ones that I did yesterday. These, well, they're all the ones I did yesterday. The ones I did today, I have still sitting in front of me. I got to bake those. But these ones, I only did a few of them this morning. I sanded them all down, and then I put one coating on them. So, I mean, I don't even need to put a second coating. Um, I like to, but they're just as smooth with just the one coating on them. So all these here, nope. So all these here, I gotta rinse and wash them. This was pretty too, the orange. And even sometimes, even the back, so it's like, oh, do I want the front or do I want the back? Like some of them I can still see the fingerprint on. Not enough that it will do anything, but I prefer to not have it on there at all. That look like eyes, or is that just me? Oh, like eyes. Isn't that weird? That look like eyes on them. Or just me? Oh boy. How many more have I got to do here? I got 4 more. Probably really should be doing this outside. Same thing with the polymer. You want to make sure that you're in a well ventilated spot doing them too. Or have a mask on, or I have a big window that I'm right up against. But you can see a little. I don't know why it did that during the baking. So that's what I'm trying to do. But I could put 2. If I chose not to even fix that, I think it would be fine. Um, Once I put the 2 coats of the polymer on, or even if you use a Mod Podge, um, it would be enough to protect it. It's not. I don't think it would break it. Sometimes I get too much light, and sometimes I get just right. Right now, it's just right. Boy, that sun gets hot. A little while, huh? Oh, well. My little dog, she's right here next to me. Oh, sweet girl. Oh. I hate they want to sit in here with me all the time, and it's like, guys, go play. That's what puppy dogs are supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be playing. What's I'm missing? Hopefully, I'm not missing any comments. But I welcome any subscribers, anybody that has stayed and just joining. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. I like any subscribers, and I have fun doing this. I'm home on disability at the moment. Dummy me can't walk on my own 2 feet. So this gives me good interaction with people. Um, I mean, I have my dogs too, but some nice human interactions, nice once in a while too. Yeah, I tripped in the grocery store and went down and broke my femur. nice and